breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. Want the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Coming back up on a backboard. When she asked me.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gone, 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 gone.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. He's got a man. Complete. 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
They're going to look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And now running right through it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go. Green 39.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat. Yeah,
a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And Ingram hauls it in as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gone.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's a give to Barkley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Over! Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the press. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Twisting away. Shifts by him. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll throw now on the final play. On the move to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23. Yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Got it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They run it here with Thompson, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Again, a run with Thompson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gun! Detroit!
Back to throw. He can run for it, and he will. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does, and now you give your team a more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
They'll run with Barkley, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
He'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Hurry up, here we go.
This is Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On play action, they'll throw. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He's to the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Out to his left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out into the Redskins. Have it they do.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Pass incomplete. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Rush it! Rush it! Rush it! Watch the edge!
Now Thompson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Gone! 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 Over! 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 Gone! 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 Hot! Hot!
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll run again here with Gallman. Down right around the 25. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Now out come the Giants. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our